Hey everybody, it is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to the world. Um, Question of the day. First and foremost, I am not going to talk any kind of science. I'm not going to talk any um, fact based things. I'm going to ask a bunch of questions and hopefully together we can make our own minds up. Here is something that they say. They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I would say, who said that? How did that come to be? If you Google it, you look over all over the internet, there's a bunch of reasons to be having sugar in the morning, which is complete and utter bullshit. I would argue to say your first meal could be the most important meal of the day. That does not mean breakfast. And what does breakfast mean? And break fast. Does that have to be at 7, 8, 9 in the morning? No, it does not. And I refuse to believe that our ancestors woke up and had food at their disposal right then and there. Now, I pose the question, we all know that I'm a fan of fasting, and I believe that we have completely derailed our signals from what is hunger and what is actual our bodies needing nourishment. I believe our Western hunger signals are all based around a sugar addiction or cues that your body is craving sugar. So, probably saying that, the argument of that would be to absolutely not eat sugar in the morning. Now, couple things. Just gonna throw it out there, and I'd love your opinion. This is mine. How I believe breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Everybody needs to eat breakfast because predominantly was cereal for for 100 years anyway. Now, how did that come to be? Well, there was a man. His name was John Harvey Kellogg, the inventor of cornflakes and arguably peanut butter. Both foods fantastically high. Well, one of them is fantastically high in sugar. The other one, added sugar, probably makes it null and void. Now, peanuts are a legume. I would probably say to not eat them, my opinion. But let's look at the cornflakes thing. So, Kellogg was a Seventh day Adventist, which the church does not believe in the consumption of animals and their fat. They are specifically vegetarian, plant based, believing that eating meat causes all sorts of social devastation and sexual deviancy and proclivities, so to speak. So, right there, it's a biased act. They were trying to make the world vegetarian in the name of God. Fact. Google it. Seventh day Adventist Church. John Harvey Kellogg. He was he was a doctor and he ran the Battle Creek Sanitarium in Michigan, which was a home to a lot of celebrity people that went to go get treated, and they would stay there and he would treat them. Now, he did also crazy experiments on sewing up women's privates and castrating males. Fact. Google it. So, his bias basically used his leverage through the church and his status in the elites to push this cereal on people as an option and as a you should do this because it's good for you. So right there, kind of believe cereal was we were a victim of a marketing machine. A marketing machine and a religious ideology. And you can trace it back there. It's right online. Google John Harvey Kellogg. Now, he had some competition. Post grape nut cereal. Interesting, right? So now this drive to get people eating their cereals saying the breakfast was the most important meal of the day. You should have to do it because you need to fuel your body. Now, fueling your body with what? Sugar. When here's another thing. There is something called the dawn phenomenon. Now, if you're a type 1 diabetic, you'll know this very well because what happens when we're sleeping, our body is, in a sense, paralyzed and safe. When it needs to wake up, a thing happens that spikes your cortisol, which triggers your liver to increase or to create glucose. So you don't need to eat sugar. Mother Nature has designed a system that injects glucose into us endogenously, which means from within, from your own body, and gives you enough glucose to wake up and get on with your day. That's all the sugar you need. Nature gave it to us. We don't need to eat it, let alone muffins, bagels, cereal, granola, oatmeal. I mean, whatever you want to do is your thing, but do we need it? I would argue absolutely not. You need to eat when your body needs nourishment. You need to eat when you're actually hungry. And you need to eat according to what the demands are of your nutrients, your nutrient requirements. So there, just saying it all makes no sense from that perspective. So we have the dawn phenomenon, which causes a blood sugar spike. And if you're type 1 diabetic, yes, you've got to monitor that because that can be very dangerous. To everybody else, we don't realize it happens because we just think, hey, we wake up magically and maybe we're not getting enough glucose. So that's what that hangriness is and stuff. So not only are we victims of mass marketing, religious propaganda, and ideology, but we're also counteracting Mother Nature from the most evolutionary way. So eat your bacon and eggs for breakfast, man. That's it. Protein and fat for energy. Yay. I'm gonna be supporting that. That's what I'm doing right now, but that's my opinion. And if you want to study this further, we're going to get into this and how this major propaganda machine plant-based agenda has been going on for over 100 years and where we're at compared to that. As they've been telling us to eat heart healthy grains and use vegetable oils instead of saturated fat and blah, 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 blah. Look at all the disease and sickness and death and obesity and cancer and everything is going up. We're doing what they're told. Statistically, we are doing what the guidelines tell us to do, and we are still getting fatter, sicker, and dying now for the first time in generations earlier than ever. So I just wanted to put that out there. Is breakfast the most important meal of the day? I would argue not in their breakfast terms. In yours, very well could be. Every meal is important. Do you need sugar right away in the morning? No, your body does that for you. Fact. Google gluconeogenesis. Google the dawn phenomenon. Google John Harvey Kellogg. Google the Seventh-day Adventist and their plant-based agenda. Runs deep, runs very deep. Just saying. All right, everybody, please. Hope you like it. Hope you have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day. Didn't mean to inject any bad things. I wish everybody the best. Whichever way you choose to eat, choose it for yourself, not because they're telling you to. All right? Stay strong.